Here's the best part of the movie, honestly. Green Goblin versus Spider-Man. A lot of people forgot.
Right.
I know I forgot that Green Goblin is Diesel on some
throwing hands
on some durability and also strength shit. He is really, really, really up there. Now, granted, I know. Before people get mad who read the comics, Spider-Man, every time he's ever fought any of his villains, has been holding back, and he could easily kill every single one of his villains, 0 difficulty. I believe that there's an arc in the comics where Doc Ock switches bodies with Spider-Man, literally, and he realizes that Spider-Man has always been holding back in every fight he's ever had with him. Like, he could have killed him. So, even with this...
Superior Spider-Man.
Is that when it happens?
That's
he turned Superior Spider-Man. I forgot who he did. He punched... he was fighting Wolverine, and he punched him full force and knocked him out. So just like, okay. And this is the guy with the adamantium skeleton.
Yeah.
And Superior Spider-Man gave him no fucks. He was shooting niggas too. So I mean, that's neither.
Oh no, not Spider-Man in Fortnite.
Yeah, he was shooting niggas.
Fortnite Spider-Man.
Isn't that the one where he actually became like he actually got more spider powers? Like he didn't need the cartridges anymore. He like was able to actually shoot webs.
No, he just Doc Ock was switch bodies with him, and then just like, all right, well, I could be a better Spider-Man than you were.
Yeah, I remember. I don't remember which one it was now, but I remember there was a Spider-Man arc or universe where he didn't have the cartridges. He like evolved or whatever, but I can't remember what it was called.
Yeah. That was when he did the evolution thing, and he had organic weapon for a time and got stronger, faster, had better spider sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, it did happen.
He's OP as fuck, but I forgot that Green Goblin was pretty on par with Spider-Man's like strength and shit. So when he punches him, and the first punch he lands on Peter, he gets hit out of a window, and he kind of like leans back real far, and then he kind of webs onto Green Goblin to stay in the building because he's almost about to fall out the window from that sucker punch. And he kind of like, he's trying to like gain his balance, and Green Goblin pulls him towards him and starts whooping his ass, throws him out on the balcony, and they're going at it. And then Spider-Man does this crazy move where he like shoots the webs up at the ceiling, flips, and then stomps down into Green Goblin's chest.
I loud. I don't think I heard anybody else in the theater do it. I couldn't believe I was the only one. I was like, damn. Like,
so Kenny, when I first saw it, because the first time I saw the movie, I saw it by myself. And so the person on my right and the person on my left, I didn't know them, but they were also alone. They weren't with anyone. I was audible during this entire apartment scene.
Yo.
The choreography for the apartment, when he first punched him and he went through the window, I said, oh my God. But then when Spider-Man did that flip and stomped him in the chest with the web as like as leverage, I said, oh shit. Like I literally was saying, oh shit out loud in the movie theater because I couldn't believe it.
That choreography was sick. I like all the Spider-Man choreography. This movie was fucking dope.
This is the best choreography. This is the best choreography I've seen in a Spider-Man film. Period.
It was a power bombs for me through the fucking.
The power bombs.
Yes, there were multiple in this movie.
Dude,
there were multiple.
Green Goblin power bombed him through like 7 floors. Okay.
Yo, he power bombed him like twice. At one point, he just throws him down through the floor. And then at another point, he power drivers him down multiple floors. He gets slammed by Lizard Man randomly. Lizard Man just happens to be on the side of the building when he goes outside. Like he goes outside to kind of catch his breath. Yeah. And Lizard Man is just casually there. And he grabs him. He's like, I told you there'd be consequences, bitch. And he fucking sucker punches him and throws him back in the building. I'm like, what the fuck? And then Green Goblin picks him up and is like, slams him up on the ceiling, slams him on the ground, and then he picks him up and is like, boom, 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 just all the way down all the floors. Aunt May is running around. She took the stairs because the elevator doesn't work because of Electro. She gets to the bottom of the fucking thing, and that's when they crash through the ceiling from the pile driver. In my opinion, I thought Spider-Man was done right there. And I guess he kind of was, but it's just crazy. His durability is so nuts. Like, okay, Willem Dafoe, his acting in that entire scene in the hallway when they were fighting, when Spider-Man jumped on his face, and he started punching him in the face, and he started it was like the Joker when Batman has the Joker in the interrogation room, and he's punching him in the face, and he's like, never start with the head and all that stuff, and the Joker is laughing at him. that reminded me of the joke, like the Heath Ledger Joker tier of acting, where he's laughing at Spider-Man punching him in the face.
It was amazing because he's punching him, and at first his face is like normal, so to speak, and he keeps hitting him, and then like you see it kind of slowly, and he gets that really creepy smile, and he's looking at him, and he's just enjoying he's just staring right at him. Like
Green Goblin can take hits. He took a lot of hits from Spider-Man too. It's not like Spider-Man wasn't getting off on him in that hallway. Like he was getting off on him too, but he could just take that shit. And I guess he's also wearing the suit, so that also like amps him. But man, when he power dropped him through the shit, I thought, I was like, there's no way he's getting back up. And then he said, no good deed goes unpunished. And Aunt May like stands up after that whole fucking explosion shit, and he's like, he tells her to run. As soon as I saw the glider lift up and it's kind of like behind her, I said, oh no. Like that because that's how he dies in the first Spider-Man movie ever. Like that, the way he uses that as a reversal is the impale. It's really cool because was Willem Dafoe, was Green Goblin in the room when they told how he died? Like was he in the room when they said like he was impaled by the glider? Because Sandman says it. Sandman says it was all over the news. Green Goblin died from being impaled by his own glider that used to fly around him. I think that is Green Goblin in the room when that happened.
Yeah, because they were all in the room when they were revealing how
they died or whatever.
Their fate with Spider-Man happened. It's like, oh well, you died, and then you died because you got submerged with that Heart of the Sun thing you was trying to
right.
Yeah, because only Sandman remembered because he was in the last movie.
Yeah,
and Electro told Lizard what happened to him.
Right. So it makes sense. They kept.
And then Electro was talking about. He was like, yeah, and then I was fusing with energy, and oh shit, I was about to
die. Yeah, I like that Green Goblin is so spiteful that he used the information that he heard about his own death to kill Spider-Man's aunt. Like I really like that. Also, that takes so much just malevolence because you also spoke to this woman as she was trying to help you, and you also listened to her try to convince Spider-Man to do the right thing, her moral holy high ground or whatever he called it. And you still chose to kill her despite all of that. Like she was really nice to you always and everything, and you still chose to take her out.
This was the biggest swerve of the movie. Like this, I think most people expected, even though they did a really good job not spoiling it, most people expected the other Spider-Man to be in the movie just because all the other actors were here.
Yeah, I was not surprised about them at all.
Nobody expected for Aunt May to be the new Uncle Ben.
I never saw that coming.
That was a huge swerve. And this is something I like. I was saying it the other day, but the fact that everybody propped up the new Spider-Man trilogy on it not having a whole Uncle Ben backstory scene, like we get it, we already saw it. So everybody gave it credit, like, hey, Homecoming skipped it, that's cool. We're right into what Spider-Man's doing. But nobody realizes that they spent the first 3 Spider-Man movies setting up essentially Spider-Man's
Uncle Ben, because he's younger than the other Spider-Man too.
Yeah, so like they got rid of Uncle Ben, they swerved us, they made it so we didn't even think about it, and they made Aunt May's role the new Uncle Ben, and essentially these first 3 movies are the intro to, like these first 3 movies are Spider-Man 1 basically. You know what I mean? Like they come together to be Spider-Man 1, and ending with Aunt May fucking dying, which I just was a huge swerve.
Yeah, like after he hit her with the glider, which I thought that the glider was going to overtly kill her, right? I thought that he was going to have her pressed up against something where like you knew she was dead. If the glider gets taken back, she dies. It's one like the way Green Goblin died.
Yeah,
it's like if I pull the glider out, like you will die. I thought that it was going to be that type vibe, like really brutal. But she gets hit by it, she gets knocked down, and then Green Goblin's like, no good deed goes unpunished, and he smiles. He doesn't have the helmet on. So what's really cool to me is that Willem Dafoe's face still looks like Green Goblin with the helmet on.
It looks like a fucking goblin.
The way he does his face, the way he contorts it, and that creepy little smile, when he tosses the bomb, and Spider-Man realizes what he's doing. He throws the bomb at Aunt May. Like he throws it over top of her body, and Spider-Man like hits it away. You know, they get blown up. She's fine though, it seems. She gets up, she's standing up, and she's like, we got knocked on our ass. you know, we just got knocked on her ass. But she's standing on her own. Like she stood up on her own. She grabs the bag with all the cures in them.
Yeah.
Like she grabs the bag and she walks over to Spider-Man.
She uses the bag to hide her wound. At least that's what it seemed like to me. Like she was hiding her wound so that Peter wouldn't worry about her.
She definitely does. Cause she's kind of like, she's kind of hobbling over, which we would expect. But the fact that she stood up on her own with such a severe wound, I didn't think that she was going to die. So when I'm watching the scene and she's like, you know, I just got knocked on my ass. And he's like, yeah, I think I broke my ribs. And in my head, I was like, you didn't break your ribs. Your ribs got broken. Like, you didn't break your own ribs. That man pile drive you through 7 floors. You didn't do that.
Yeah, that's not like you're on the swing and you jumped off the swing the wrong way.
Yeah, he's like, I think I broke my rib. Like, no, you didn't break shit. Green Goblin broke your ribs. But yeah, she's like, you know, I got knocked on my ass. And they're just talking. And he's like, you know, I'm done. I'm sending them all back or whatever. And he feels bad. He's like, it's not my responsibility, May. And she's like, are you talking about what Norman said about my moral high ground thing? She's like, no. Hold on. Listen to me. Listen. You have a gift. And with great power comes great responsibility. And everybody in the movie theater kind of was like, oh, she said that line. Like, that's really cool. We finally got that line after 3 movies. What we forgot is that every time that line is said.
I didn't forget. As soon as I started, I was like, "Oh no!" I was upset.
Yep. And as soon as she delivers that line, she fucking stumbles and falls.
I thought it was weird too. I don't know if you noticed, but in our theater, when she said it, I heard people in the back, like I heard people laugh almost. Like it seemed like to me,
I heard that too.
Yeah, it seemed like to me people were like laughing at her saying that, and then I don't know if they didn't realize or if they thought it was corny or what, but I was distraught. I was like, "Oh, she's dead."
So the first showing, the Thursday 4 p.m. showing I went to, when she said that line. Hey guys, if you like this clip, we have full video versions of our podcast episodes available on the IMNerd Patreon, as well as exclusive content.
If you'd like to listen to our full podcast episodes or find us on any other social media platforms, you can do so by clicking the link tree below.